The sky is a vast and open space, a seemingly limitless expanse above us. It's a domain where the laws of physics meet human ingenuity, allowing us to traverse continents in mere hours, where planes glide along invisible highways, carefully orchestrated routes that crisscross the globe. These aerial pathways are meticulously planned and constantly monitored. We trust the systems, the pilots, highly trained professionals who dedicate their lives to ensuring our safety, and the controllers who manage this complex aerial dance, a symphony of metal birds moving in perfect harmony. They are the unsung heroes of the skies, but sometimes that dance comes dangerously close to disaster. The margin for error is incredibly small. This is the story of a heart-stopping near miss above Southern California, a region known for its bustling airspace. Southwest Airlines Flight 1496 and a private jet, two very different aircraft, on a collision course, a scenario that could have had catastrophic consequences. On what began as a routine flight from Burbank to Las Vegas, a popular route for both business and leisure travelers, passengers had no idea their journey would become a national headline. They were simply expecting a smooth and uneventful flight. This incident is a stark reminder of the razor-thin margins, the delicate balance that separate routine from catastrophe. It underscores the importance of every single safety measure in place. It highlights the advanced technology, the sophisticated systems, and human vigilance that keep us safe, the constant monitoring and quick thinking that prevents accidents, and how both were pushed to the limit. This event tested the boundaries of both technology and human capability. We'll explore what went wrong, the chain of events that led to this dangerous situation, what went right, the actions that averted disaster, and hear from those who lived through it. Their first-hand accounts offer a unique perspective on the experience. In aviation, a near miss isn't just a story of survival, it's a critical learning opportunity. It's a lesson that helps protect millions of travelers every day. Every incident, no matter how small, contributes to a safer future for air travel. Let's look inside the intricate world of air traffic control, the nerve center of our skies, cockpit decision-making, the split-second choices that pilots make under pressure, and the constant effort to learn from close calls. Because in aviation, learning never stops. Southwest Flight 1496 was a short hop from Burbank to Las Vegas. Just over an hour, a trip flown countless times. Passengers settled in expecting an uneventful journey. The Boeing 737 climbed out of Los Angeles airspace, guided by Southern California TRACON, one of the busiest control centers in the world. Everything seemed normal. Flight attendants prepared for service, passengers relaxed, and the engines hummed steadily. But as the plane ascended, another aircraft, a private business jet, was also in the vicinity. The two planes' paths were converging, a scenario air traffic controllers and onboard systems are designed to prevent. In the fast-paced world of air traffic, the situation was changing rapidly. The invisible safety bubble around Flight 1496 was about to be breached. In seconds, a routine flight would become a desperate struggle to avoid disaster. Suddenly, what began as a routine flight, cruising smoothly through the sky, took a terrifying turn towards chaos. The atmosphere inside the cabin shifted in an instant. The Boeing 737 pitched down sharply, an unexpected and alarming maneuver that sent a jolt of fear through everyone on board. The aircraft began plunging nearly 475 feet in a matter of seconds, a stomach-churning drop that defied all expectations of a normal flight. That's about the height of a 50-story building. A dizzying descent that put the situation into stark perspective. Passengers who weren't securely buckled in were violently thrown from their seats, tossed about the cabin like rag dolls amidst the sudden chaos. Drinks and personal belongings flew through the cabin, creating a scene of utter disarray as gravity seemed to turn against everyone inside. The sensation was far from the familiar bumps of turbulence. This was something altogether different and much more terrifying. It felt like a controlled yet undeniably terrifying dive, leaving passengers wondering what was happening and fearing the worst. One passenger, an experienced pilot himself, recognized it as an evasive maneuver. A deliberate action taken by the flight crew. It wasn't a mechanical failure, but a calculated response to an unforeseen threat. For most on board, gripped by fear and uncertainty, it felt like the plane was crashing, a terrifying ordeal unfolding thousands of feet in the air. Southwest later confirmed that the crew had indeed taken evasive action, responding swiftly to an urgent situation. Their actions were prompted by a cockpit alert, a warning signal that demanded immediate attention and a decisive response. Miraculously, the flight landed safely in Las Vegas, with only minor injuries reported among the relieved passengers and crew. The violent plunge, as it turned out, was a deliberate act, a calculated decision made by the pilots in the face of imminent danger. They had intentionally put the aircraft into a steep dive, executing a maneuver that required precision and nerves of steel. The reason for this dramatic action? To avoid a potentially catastrophic mid-air collision with another aircraft. The quick thinking, decisive action, and extensive training of the crew made all the difference, preventing what could have been a devastating tragedy. In the blink of an eye, disaster was narrowly averted, a testament to the skill and professionalism of the flight crew. The reason for the dramatic maneuver soon became chillingly clear. Flight 1496, carrying passengers and crew, was unknowingly on a collision course with a Bombardier Challenger business jet, a scenario that could have had catastrophic consequences. At their closest point, the two planes were separated by less than 200 feet vertically, a distance that, in aviation terms, is practically nothing, and a fraction of a mile laterally, a hair's breadth, when considering the speeds at which these aircraft were traveling. In aviation, with margins for error razor-thin, that's a heartbeat away from disaster, a stark reminder of the risks involved in air travel. The Southwest jet was diligently climbing to its assigned altitude, following its flight plan and trusting in the air traffic control system. When a controller, managing multiple aircraft simultaneously, cleared the private jet to cross its path. At a different altitude, in theory, a standard procedure designed to maintain safe separation between aircraft. But a critical error occurred within the complex chain of communication and coordination, and the controller, now under immense pressure, realized too late that the two planes were on a converging trajectory. An urgent warning was immediately issued to both aircraft, a desperate attempt to avert the impending crisis. But the situation had already rapidly escalated, leaving very little room for error or delay. This near miss serves as a stark reminder of how increasingly crowded skies and the ever-present potential for human error can push even the most sophisticated safety systems to the absolute brink. The final line of defense against this potential catastrophe was the highly trained pilots in the cockpit, responding swiftly and decisively to an automated alert triggered by the aircraft's collision avoidance system. The entire system of checks and balances, designed to prevent such incidents, was put to its ultimate test, and only the very last layer of protection ultimately held, preventing what could have been a devastating tragedy. Disaster, with all its potential consequences, was narrowly avoided by mere seconds and feet, a chilling reminder of the precision and vigilance required in modern aviation. In the cockpit, the pilots faced the most critical alert, a TCAS resolution advisory. The Traffic Collision Avoidance System, or TCAS, is the last line of defense, issuing direct commands to avoid collisions. When the system ordered descend, descend, the pilot reacted instantly, pushing the 737 into a sharp dive. This maneuver is counterintuitive and physically demanding, but pilots are trained to trust and execute TCAS commands without hesitation. Delaying even a few seconds could be fatal. The pilot's swift, precise action was the key factor in preventing catastrophe. This incident is a testament to the power of technology and the importance of rigorous pilot training. In the end, professionalism and skill under pressure saved 151 lives. While the pilots' actions were heroic, the event began with a breakdown on the ground. Air traffic controllers at Southern California TRACON are responsible for safe separation, but a critical error in altitude assignment set the stage for disaster. Controllers work under immense pressure, monitoring dozens of aircraft at once. In this case, the controller recognized the conflict too late, issuing an urgent alert that couldn't prevent the TCAS warning. The FAA launched an investigation not to assign blame, but to understand what went wrong. The system is designed with redundancies, and here, the final backup, TCAS, worked as intended. This incident is a reminder that even the safest systems rely on human performance, and layers of safety are essential. For those on board, technical details didn't matter. Only the terror of a sudden violent plunge. A flight attendant was injured, and several passengers were tossed around the cabin. The crew quickly shifted to caring for the injured and calming the shaken. The captain's calm announcement explained the evasive maneuver, replacing fear of a crash with the chilling reality of a near collision. Passengers helped each other, gathering scattered belongings and offering comfort. Upon landing, emergency personnel met the flight. The injured were treated. The ordeal was over, but the memory would linger. Many described the chaos and fear to the media, painting a vivid picture of the human side of aviation emergencies. The psychological impact was real. Some would never fly the same way again. The crew's professionalism was crucial in preventing panic and ensuring everyone's safety. In the aftermath, the FAA and NTSB launched a formal investigation. Investigators secured flight data and cockpit voice recorders from both aircraft, reconstructing every second of the event. Interviews with pilots, crew, and the controller helped piece together the sequence of errors and responses. The FAA reviewed procedures at Southern California TRACON and placed the controller on administrative leave, standard during such probes. Findings often lead to changes in training and procedures, adding new layers of safety. Southwest praised its crew's professionalism. The FAA pledged transparency and a thorough review. These official responses help maintain public confidence in aviation safety. The system is designed to learn and improve from every incident. The near miss involving Flight 1496 is a sobering reminder, but also a story of success. Multiple layers of safety worked as designed with TCAS and pilot training, saving the day when all else failed. The incident underscores the need for constant vigilance, investment in technology, and rigorous training. The NTSB's recommendations will lead to tangible safety improvements across the industry. For travelers, this story should reassure even when errors occur, powerful backups are in place. Millions of flights operate safely every year, guided by the same principles that protected Flight 1496. The goal is a system resilient to any single point of failure, human or technical. The lessons learned here will make the skies even safer for everyone.